Lenny Ben David, we worked together on this Gaza war publication from a year ago. If you were to now think about what are the components of Hamas's military arsenal against Israel after this devastating war, what would you say?
I think Hamas has been influenced by, again, Iran, and therefore looking for new elements to try to surprise Israel. The rockets were a futile effort to hit Israel. They'll try it again. But I worry that Iran is providing them with guidance systems to take these dumb rockets and make them into guided missiles, not of the Iranian ICBM types, but actually cruise missiles or drones. And we're seeing drone developments in already with Hamas, with Hezbollah, and as the United States has shown all around the Middle East, drones are not just used for intelligence. Drones can be used to attack. And during the 2014 war, there were actually a couple of cases where Hamas used drones. In the past, Israel has shot them down, believe it or not, using Patriot missiles, $1 million a shot. And now it's going to be a different story of with new Israeli counter weapons. And my fear is that we're going to see swarms of drones.
I'd like to ask you two things to follow up. One is, how are the Iranians supplying them with this know-how to manufacture drones? And secondly, why would a drone attack be different for Israel than one, let's say, from a conventional Qassam rocket?
We're still seeing Iranian attempts to get materiel into Gaza. On top of that, much of it can be produced locally. If the drones are fiberglass or plastics, it's harder to pick up on radar, but it's also easier to make it at home. Moreover, much of it can be probably provided on the internet, on the know-how, and they can also work through the tunnels, even though Egypt and Israel have gone after the tunnels.
No, but we have a defense system called Iron Dome, which is built to intercept at a certain height.
Right.
I suppose these drones now would be under the radar, so to speak.
The drone or the rockets used to be just a dumb flying bomb
Right,
with no changing in its course.
right.
In the case of a drone or which is in effect a guided missile, then what you can do is change the height, the depth. You can go low, and they can move around and make it harder for the Iron Dome. Israel has got the technology to cope with this, other than using $1 million Patriot missiles. Now, with the other thing about the drones, the Iranians have a concept of swarm attacks. That's what they do in the Persian Gulf against the American ships. They swarm with fast boats. I worry that there are going to be swarms of drones that could also be used in electronic warfare to mess up Israeli air flights or communications.